Hi everybody, my name is Lindsay. You can call me Lou Mosk, and I'm going to do your tarot today. Typically, I'm not a love-only reader, even though that's kind of what my account is becoming so far. But when I asked to pull cards, I ended up getting the Circus of Love. So I think that's what we're going to go today. I'm going to start off with an oracle card, and I'm going to read that to you guys. And we're going to kind of see what the vibe is here, see if this reading resonates for you. If you feel like it doesn't resonate, that's completely fine. Just exit out, give it a go. Really up to you. If you could find little parts that resonate to you. It is a collective reading, so there's a lot of energies I take in, for this reading. However, my collective is small, so this might be personalized to you, okay? So let's start off with an oracle, then we're going to go into feelings, and then intentions, and then we're just going to end it pretty prematurely on whatever else that the readings want to let me know. My cat has been walking in front of the camera, so I'm just trying to stop her. She is sweet, but she can really love to step right in front of my computer, right in front of my phone. Okay, so let's just get an overall reading. Using these oracle cards. I do love the way Alana Fairchild writes. So I'm gonna read right from the book, and then we're just gonna go into the tarot afterwards. Okay. So let's start it off with 42. So that we ended up getting rare, raw, and real, which for me is a really hard. Rare, raw, it's really hard for me. But this is what it looks like. Oh, I forgot about the monetization. So we're gonna have to blur out those knockers. And even though I'm not even getting monetized already, but I don't want my thing to get kicked off, okay? So let's read 42. It's time to peel back the layers and unearth the real you. Naked, vulnerable, real, beautiful. With every layer of hiding and self-protection removed, you'll encounter whatever it is that caused that sense of self-protection to be built up in the first place. Maybe a sense of shame, fear, hate, anger, and doubt. These feelings might seem so confronting that you'll wonder if they're a sign to back off. If you can affirm your love for yourself and are willing to be patient while you become ready to be known and seen and loved for who you are underneath those layers of pain, you'll find it easier to let them fall away. As this happens, there will be a revelation of raw, rare, and real. Oh my gosh. You didn't even know was there. Okay. So I feel like this is a very vulnerable connection I'm getting already, right? I'm going to pull some tarot just so I'm not giving you any, this is just an overall. So I do think that there's a level of vulnerability in this relationship that is a little new to you, and I think maybe you've cut yourself away from people for so long because of that, fear of being vulnerable and that fear of really showing that real you. Maybe that real you hasn't come out in a long time, so it's like feels uncomfortable to be that. Whether or not he's giving you that space to be rare, raw, and beautiful, or is he someone that will create that space for you to be that vulnerable self? Is that what you're looking for? It's possible that you had past connections that really kept you in, really made you feel like you couldn't talk to them about how you feel, what your emotions are. Okay, see, this is way too many cards, so I'm gonna flip that right back. So let's just get this person's feelings. I'm putting that one back because I didn't ask the question yet. So let's just get this other person's feelings. Kind of see where we're at. Okay. So it's possible that you left some sort of situation, or you're wanting to leave some sort of situation into calmer waters, but this is all happening really fast. So maybe you had a conversation with someone that kind of felt like you could be vulnerable, kind of felt like you could be soft with them for the first time, and it kind of made you realize, wow, I need to leave this person, and it needs to happen fast. And then you moving into calmer waters is maybe what you know, are hoping for in a partner. You want someone that you can be completely messy with, or raw, vulnerable. I don't think this person in the past had given you that space to be vulnerable, given you that space to be comfortable. And in both situations, there's this rough water, and then when the action comes, this soft water, this still water. So I think there's a level of stillness that you're craving, right? And if you haven't just left a relationship and you're in a relationship, or if, you know, this is a relationship that's a long time ago, that's taken you a long time to grieve, it's possible that you guys are moving towards that slowness, right? So I don't think that this is how this person feels about your reading. I do feel like this reading is about the next person that it will come into your life. And I do think that this is about leaving behind your old situations, okay? So that's what we're going to expand more on. I do want to see more. Let's get some traits, get some attributes that this next person will have. It's possible that you already met this person. If you did, expect that you had already a vulnerable conversation. Maybe it feels like, you know, I would expect that you are already pretty soft with this person, and maybe it came to that realization with that other person or that other past situation. And if this person's not in your life yet, this is a person that will be coming in. So let's get some attributes, maybe some physical, maybe some like attributes to look for in this person, okay? I am so curious. And so many cards are falling out. There's just a lot of things I want to be told, okay? So, oh my god. Okay, these are hiding. Got the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands. So I think this person's mirroring you in a little ways. It's possible that they also kind of want this softness, wants this stability, wants this financial stability especially. They're slow moving. They might be an earth sign. Doesn't mean that they always have to be, but this could be Capricorn, Taurus, and then the other one. What is the other? Virgo. And so the Five of Wands with that, you know, is this internal battle. This could be someone that may not have had the most easy upbringing, might be someone that had a very volatile upbringing, and maybe that's what you guys can connect about. Maybe you also had one of those, and I feel like there is this level of connection between you guys. So right now, I think he's in that energy of, you know, combat, fighting, but he's slowly wanting to move into this Knight of Pentacles energy, this slow, stable. So I think that this fight, this conflict would be out of his jurisdiction, out of his desire of what he wants. And I do feel like this person will come after leaving some sort of situation. So if you're single or you left someone a while ago, I almost feel like this energy of the Five of Swords is saying, you know, I think that it was hard for you to leave that behind. I think that other person was, you know, upset, sad. I know those are like very basic. Of course you're going to be sad and upset, but I think there's a level of codependency that like makes you almost like look back and be like, oh wow, you know, so it was hard for you to leave, or it is hard for you to leave now in the situation. So I think that this next person is going to come after, you know, the grief, after grieving what you once had. Okay. And then let's get into something about their intentions, or maybe what their intentions will be. Obviously we do see stability, maybe some safeness, but I just want to get some like specific things. Okay. The Hermit. So I feel like this is the next person that wants to come is someone that wants to give you a lot of space. Very independent, can do themselves. And that might be surprising to you, especially if you've been in a codependent relationship. And I keep getting this, I keep getting this Wheel of Fortune too, so I think this will start a new cycle in your life. It's going to make you very worldly. You might, be able to explore with him. He might change your perspective. Maybe you would like to travel more. And then with the Eight of Wands too, like, I know that there's a slow moving energy, but I'm also seeing this pretty fast moving energy too with it. Okay, so there could be this fact of wow, like, this hermit energy is something that I need at this moment. So I think that if you hadn't had a conversation, which I feel like this conversation might have been recently, it's going to come a lot faster than you think it will. Maybe the crisis, like, of you leaving, and look, we got Justice on the deck. So I think this, like, ending is going to come a lot faster than you assume. Maybe you're just kind of waiting it out, seeing it out. But there is this speed that's connected to this energy, okay? So I did want to just make this a short reading today because my energy is low. So if you want a longer reading, check out my other 2 readings. Maybe you'll get a good 30-minute. And I just want to end this reading with an oracle about, just what you need to hear. This is obviously a fast reading, so it didn't go too much in depth. If you want me to go in depth, I haven't been getting any viewers on my YouTube, but if you want me to go more in depth, just message me or comment. And right now I'll be doing them for free just because, I just think that tarot should be a way of guidance. So let's get into finally about one more Divine Circus Oracle card and what you need to hear right now, okay? So, the Velvet's Queen. The Velvet's Queen. Okay? A rare prize is worth the effort to attain it. Your efforts will include loving discipline. Loving discipline is not about trying to bend the world according to your will, but rather about readying yourself to align what the Spirit wants you to receive. To receive, rather to attempt to take by force, requires strength. To surrender is about passivity, but doing all we can to do, trusting life enough to let go and allow the outcome to be what will be. Surrendering is not giving up. So the discipline spoken of here is about changing your consciousness. It asks you to release issues about self-worth. Why would you not be empowered and assisted by the universe to create a life that fills you with joy and feels just right for you? This is shifting among the mind from scarcity to prosperity consciousness, where we feel like we can receive precious gifts with an open mind. Wow. Okay. So maybe you don't feel worthy of this, right? Like, maybe you feel like, wow, I'm broken now. I feel like I've been through so much with this person, this past person, my past relationships, that I can't even imagine a life where I'm in a healthy relationship, where I'm in this relationship that isn't volatile, constantly yelling, and where I can be completely vulnerable, where I can talk about anything, talk about this, I could talk about, the Notebook and not get shamed. Maybe I could even, give time to myself and there not be this codependency. I think in the past, maybe your other relationships, they leaned on you too much. Like, you were their prize, that you were the, to them, they could just have you. But I think for you, I think you want a wider perspective. You want a wider horizon. So keep your heart open. Like, this is what you deserve. This is what you're gonna get. The universe wants you to get this. It doesn't want you to suffer. And I feel like you've been suffering for so long, but now you're listening to this spiritual guidance. You're listening to the guidance, and how lucky are we to have free will, and hopefully if you're in a country where we do have that autonomy too, that's a blessing. So I want you to channel all of your woman ancestors that didn't leave situations, even your mother, even your father, right? Even if they're in a healthy relationship, maybe your auntie, and just kind of channel all the people that you feel like, you know, that stayed for too long. And either be proud of yourself for leaving, be proud of yourself for leaving in the future, or just be proud of yourself for leaving 3 years ago, even if it's still affecting you to this day, okay? I know, as someone that I work in a DV and SA shelter, so, you know, as someone that works in this field, it's hard to leave someone, right? Especially when they're abusive, especially when they put this constant cycle of you need me, you need this. It's hard, okay? So give yourself some grace. Give yourself some, it's okay that you didn't leave sooner, or it's okay that you aren't gonna leave just yet. But just know that the right person, the next person that wants to come into your life will come into your life, and that is gonna be your blessing, your reward. Thank you so much for joining me with my little short call. I want to show you my little swans in the background once again, and thank you so much for just listening to me. I have a TikTok. It's Lumosk _, that's LUMEOSK _, where I write poetry about trauma, grief, and all of those things. Eventually I will share my YouTube on my TikTok, but right now I'm not feeling the most vulnerable, so I'm just gonna keep it really small, and even if one person watches this, I would love that. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I really hope that you continue to tune in, continue to listen, because I love reading tarot. I love, you know, talking like this in my real world. I'm a counselor, so, you know, I just want to talk about these things because tarot readers have helped me. Not so much even with the tarot reader, but just like listening to something sometimes is so calming. So thank you so much for listening to me today, and I know it was a short reading, but like I said, and if you are listening, just just leave a comment, and maybe I will do a little extended, or maybe I will, reply to you and be like, yeah, you should leave him, or whatever else, okay? So thank you so much. Also, you can follow me on Instagram. I'm also Lumosk. The name means understanding something ancient, so tarot is an ancient practice, I think. I know it's an old practice, I don't know ancient, but yeah. Thank you guys so much. Bye.